You know, the world is the boxing fans. No matter, y'all can say what you want to say about me. The diehard Cole fans, when it comes to it, when you get off of the hate of Brian Norman and the boxing dads and I'm just like Bill Haney and Floyd Schofield seeing all that. Once you get off of that and you get back to the actually watching boxing and you forget about me and you look at it, guess what? You hear what I'm saying. You can't unhear what I'm saying. You can't unhear what I'm saying. So if I tell you this motherfucker ain't got no power, and you start watching him hit people over and over, and like he did this guy, Kuka John, Chuka Chuka, when you watch him start hitting people over and over and over and realize them motherfuckers ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Then you're going to realize, damn, maybe his power ain't what we thought. When you start watching these motherfuckers stepping off to the side and he start looking so bad as to be, he start looking so, I wish I could show you. He start looking so far as to be way over. Hold this phone for me, bro. Let me show you. Boots will be here. Boots will be here. Karen will step over and be right there and Boots punching here. That happened in the first fight and the second fight. Go look. Boots was here. Karen was all. That's unheard of. In any type of a boxing echelon, that shit don't happen. Because his foot was locked. He here. Karen had already stepped over here. That don't happen. It was too far a distance. It was too far a gap. I know what the fuck I'm looking at.
I did see the first fight, and Boots because Boots fight orthodox and he can fight he can fight southpaw and stuff like that. But I did notice how Karen was stepping around the weak side. Which pretty much what you was talking about. The way he step outside.
And Boots did nothing to stop him. He didn't step to the side. He didn't do anything to stop him.
But as it relates to this fight, what did Karen do and Boots do differently this fight? Because this is more of a I would say stylistically, this is pretty much what Boots wanted to have, type of fight he wanted to have.
And Karen looked better in it. What I seen Karen doing was what I was watching. I was like, that when I watched the first fight, I said, damn, this dude pretty good. He was just jumping too far out. The only thing he was doing the first fight was jumping too far out. He was jumping too far away. So when you moving like that, you can't jump so far away that you can't get back to your opponent. So even if you step over and like you make Boots, like some of the times he made Boots miss, like what I just said, but he wasn't close enough to Boots to fucking land nothing or counter nothing. You know what I mean? Because he had, I guess, I don't know if he was scared of him or what, but he was so fucking far away from him, he couldn't capitalize on it. You know what I'm saying? He'll hit him sometimes, step off, whatever. He just wasn't doing enough the first fight. This fight, I think he fought an excellent fight. I think he just wasn't enough for Boots. I think no matter what, he can't beat Boots. He wasn't enough for Boots. Boots is too physically opposing for him. He's just too much for him. I don't think he could be, but I mean, he's a tremendous fighter, and he can definitely fight.
Karen doesn't have the punching power.
Right,
he doesn't have the punching power. So
I'm glad you said that. Like people say, if I'm like, man, y'all. Karen got 50% knockout, and then you got to think about a lot of his knockouts gonna come from your early upcoming fights, where they just killing your opponents, building you. Like that's how it is. Just like with Boots, that's how. Again, we was managed by the same people. I'm an open fucking book. Go look at the man record. Go look at Cameron Duncan. Go look at the man first fucking 20 fights. Shit was fucking tomato cans. Y'all ain't heard no fucking 33 fighters that Boots done fought. We was managed by the same person. The man wouldn't let us. Cameron Duncan, God rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? Great manager. I'm glad he came into our life. I'm glad that, he got his way. He could get us before he passed or whatever. But he was afraid of his fighters losing. He was very afraid of his life. That was like, we was like his gold. We was like his valuables. You know what I'm saying? So like even with my son, my son started at 17 going to Mexico. He might put my son there with a motherfucker 2-19. I'm like, Cameron, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need to fight nobody 2-9. My son is actually really good. And then fucking first round knockout. I mean, we talking first 10 seconds, 5. Like, come on, Cameron, this is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? First year of my son's career, he had 12 fights, 12 knockouts. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I think one of them made it. But anyway.
So are you saying that Cameron Duncan put you and Boots? Oh, not. I mean, I know you're not a part of Boots' team, but he put your son and Boots in there with a bunch of bombs in the beginning to build the record up.
Absolutely. My son, hold on. I'm gonna go further than that. I'll fucking spill the game. It is what it is, because we are who we are now. Terrence Crawford, check the records. Terrence Crawford, Boots Ennis, Brandon Lee, my son. These are the only ones that are coming that are right now. All of those started with Cameron Duncan. All of them. I can go on. The list goes on. Kelly Pavlik, like that's what he did. He got good. He got very good at what he did. Because what he'll do is he was good at finding. Again, man, I appreciate him. We had bad blood at the end, but I didn't really have no bad blood because I still appreciate him. But he will go to like he will scout out at the tournaments. He will find a kid that can actually fight, know they can fight. You know what I mean? And then just take that kid, keep that kid safe, build him up, bring him up, whatever, with his opponents. Then he had connections. He used to work with Top Rank. So then he used to get it with Top Rank or somebody. Even Tim Bradley came through Cameron Duncan. Brandon Rios.
Yeah, Tim Bradley. Yeah, Tim Bradley told me. Yeah, Tim Bradley told me he was the one that told Cameron Duncan, look, man, you got something. You got something in Bud. You
Yeah.
got something in Bud. He sparred him, and he said,
I know like,
Bud beat his ass.
These people think I'm a fucking dickhead that just came up out of nowhere. I'm not. I'm a professional fighter of 30 fucking fights myself. You know what I mean? I've been around boxing since I was 15 years old. I'm not just some kind of bum that came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So I seen with me and Tim Bradley, we faced off. It's about, you don't know who he up there with. Like, y'all don't know who the fuck y'all up there with. Like, I'll fuck Tim Bradley up. You know what I mean? Just like I say, the fans don't even know what's going on. You know what I mean? Just because you don't see it don't mean it's not what it is, brother. Somebody get out your ass. So now what they're doing with this is back to the Boots situation is, yes, he built all of us up. He built all of us up because he knew we could fight. He knew that, and then, but where they went wrong with Boots at, this is my where he got with Showtime. I think Showtime liked him extremely well. They started to escalate and do a better job than what Cameron was doing. Again, God rest his soul, but they was doing a better job of what Cameron was doing with the matchmaking because they could afford to get the, they could afford to get the right opponents. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is get your flat-footed guy, get your Diz, like I said, pull a guy over the circuit limping nets, get a guy coming off a loss with Diz. He could have a winning record, come off a loss with Diz. He fought a notable name, stuff, things of that situation. So Rose Showtime was better at doing that, and that's what they did. You know what I mean?
So is this the norm? So is this the norm in boxing? Promoters do it different. All right, y'all, hold on, guys. He got to come back. We're waiting on him to come back. Junior, B Norman Senior fell off. B Norman Senior fell off. So let me let him get back on. I don't know if his phone went dead. His phone probably went dead or something.
Oh man, my bad. You hear me?
All right, your phone went dead.
My figure hit it. My bad.
Okay.
What you saying now?
No, what I was saying was, is this the norm in boxing? And I'm asking the question because I think I already know the answer to it. You're a fighter, you're a good fighter or a prospect or whatever, and your promoter, you have a good matchmakers, and they just match you up with a bunch of low-level competition or whatever, confidence boosters or whatever, in order to build your resume up. Does every fighter, for the most part, go through that, especially in today's time?
Every fighter, even Mike Tyson went through it. Go back and watch Mike Tyson first.
Yo, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Go watch Mike Tyson first. 18. See, people don't know that. People. Hey, look, people claim to be diehard boxing fans.
Floyd went through it too.
And don't know what the fuck they talking about. You have no clue. Yeah. I know the ins and outs. The reason my son is so good. The reason my son is so good is because he's an extension of me. I'm not living through my son. I'm living to my son. You know what I mean? Like what I went through, I'm passing it on to my son. So my son lives through me. I've already done that. I've already took the losses. I've already took the bad deals. I've already took the short notice fights. I've already did all of that shit. I already got vertigo. I already been hurt. I already went through all the fucking hard work. You know what I mean? So my son is living through me. I'm not living through my son. I take what I know and I pass it on to my seed. And I just guide him and I mold him, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can call me what the fuck you want to call it, but that's what it is. I'm not like, and I don't want to throw no rocks in nobody. I'm not like these other boxing dads. I'm not talking about nobody in particular. I'm not. I'm a real fighter. I know real situations. When my son got up from getting dropped, watch what my son did. He closed his eyes. He walked back slowly to the ropes. They came from his daddy. I told him, bro, when you first get dropped, it's going to be bad. That's what I told him. I said, the crowd is going to go crazy. That going crazy crowd is going to get in your fucking head. Don't try to jump up. Don't try to fucking act like you're not hurt. Fuck your ego. You already down there. The point is already taken. You ain't got shit to prove. Take your time. Go watch my son get up. That was one of the proudest times of my son's boxing career, to be honest with you. I was smiling. I swear to God. When he walked back and he was closing his eyes on the ropes, man, I could have brought a tear to my eye. I said that because I had talked about it so many times because I knew, I mean, that possibility, it's going to happen to Boots one day. It happens to everybody. It happened to Crawford. It happens to everybody. You know what I mean? It's not about what happened to Roy Jones. It's not about what happens to you. It's about what you deal with, what happens to you.
Yeah, I say this all the time on my show. I say, you know what, man, boxing is like life. You're gonna get knocked down in life. But the thing is, I don't look at how you got knocked down. I look at what you did when you got back up.
Absolutely,
If you
absolutely.
if
And
you if you able to overcome that knockdown or several knockdowns,
then you
we so
good.
we and then you come back and you stop the guy or you
It
win.
build
That
it build
that tells
character
me a
in
lot
you.
about you. Yeah.
It build character in you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the shit is just it's so flaky. Like even with this ain't throwing. I'm a Abdullah Mason fan. Like what Abdullah Mason just went through, but Abdullah Mason got knocked down twice. But you don't hear nobody throwing the rocks at him like they did my son. But he was doing fucking YouTube videos about my son. I told you he was the bomb. I told you he was the. It's crazy. I told you he got shit.
But hold on, but I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you why.
because of me.
Now, no, people did say some things about Abdullah Mason getting dropped. I had a guy tell me, "Yo, man, coach, I told Abdullah Mason went and all that. You be hyping these dudes up." And I get it, but Abdullah Mason finished the guy. And I think what it is this here. Fans think that, man, if you get knocked down, that means you're a bum, this and that. Ali got dropped. Ray Robinson got dropped. Like, it's fighters have
Every
this
fighter
happened
you
in
can
boxing.
think of almost. Every fighter you can think of almost got
I
dropped.
mean, Floyd Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather tested the gloves, touched the canvas on doggone when he fought Zab. Now
Zab,
the referee
yeah.
didn't count it, but we know what we saw. You get what I'm saying? So,
Right.
my thing is this. My thing is this. We just want to see, like, Boots is moving up to 154 from what I think that's what he said.
No, he ain't going nowhere. We gonna make sure of that.
But how can you stop the man from not moving up?
No, he'll not. Because I'm talking cash shit. We coming for him. I don't want him to go up because I don't want no excuses. Because what's gonna happen after this is gonna be fucked up now. Just like people start making excuses for him that he never made to the after fight press conference, to the post fight press conference. Just like people, man, I don't want him to go up to 54. Then when he come back down and say, "Oh, that's because he was drained." Get the fuck out of here. Nah, he said he don't have no. We want him at 47.
Yeah, he did. Hold on, can you hear me?
He what now?
No. What I'm saying is, I do hear people saying, I did hear that and see that, read that in chats. Oh, the reason why he couldn't knock the guy because he was drained. But guess what? Boots never said that. So yeah, Boots never said that. So it reminds me of a lot of stuff when Errol Spence fought Bud and he lost. I heard all these excuses that a lot of the Spence fans made.
Errol never even said.
But Spence never said any of these things.
No,
so what I think, this is what I think. I think when you are a fan of a certain fighter, or if you are an extreme fan, not a fan, I don't want to say that, but you are an extreme fan to the point of you're a male groupie of a certain fighter, then you're gonna say things, you're just gonna make shit up because you have to rationalize.
You're gonna defend that motherfucker to the end of time.
The fighter didn't say this. Boots didn't say this. So why are you saying this for him?
Yeah. He didn't say that first. I guess no, that motherfucker ain't. No, I'm talking about. You can look at interview after interview. What was it? Old boy was doing he was talking about how good he looked. He was talking about how it's gonna be a different story. You got headlines talking about Boots Ennis gives vicious warning to Karen. Karen took that vicious woman and stepped right to your ass, right to you, toe to toe, and you ain't do shit about it. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. I know what I'm looking at. There's these casual fans that don't think they're casuals, that don't know what they're looking at. My son is going to knock out Jaron Ennis. I never predicted that till right now, till last night, Saturday night.
So which podcast he was on when you said it?
Mills.
Bro,
that was last night. I think that was last night.
Bro, I'm be honest with you, bro. Like you talking a whole lot of shit now, and and it seemed like, I'm not saying you saying it, but it seemed like, man, you talking like Boots, some kind of scrub or whatever. Or, you get what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think it's this. I don't think he's scrub. I don't think he's scrub. It's what I know. It's what I see. Again, I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you another one real quick. You take the sparring session, and this is how his fans like to come to his aid. Yeah. And his people like to come to his aid. You take the sparring session. You heard about our sparring session, right? I even talked about our sparring session, right?
I heard about it. Y'all had like 6 or 7, something like that, right?
So check it out. But you only hear about one. You only hear about one fucking sparring session. Why is that? Why is it that you only hear about one sparring session when my son was, I thought he was 19, when he was 20 years old? The first sparring session. You only hear about the first sparring session. My son was 20 years old. You don't hear about the next day, because we was in his camp that time. You don't hear about the next day, the next day, the next. You don't hear about none of that. You don't hear about 3 years. We went up there for 4 fucking years. All of these sparring sessions, you don't hear about none of it. Use your brain. Because Boots had game when my son came back that Monday, that Friday they didn't spar. When my son came, they sparred Monday, Wednesday, Friday. When my son came back that Monday, he was putting his fist in Boots shit the first three. They do 4 minute rounds. He was putting his fist in Boots shit the first 3 minutes of the round. On the fourth minute come in at the clock, my son's shoulders come down, his hand, like everything about him is like he deflates. Mind you, Boots ain't did shit yet. I immediately go to cussing. Don't you start that shit, motherfucker. Don't you? Because I know my son. That's my fucking son. You feel what I'm saying? So you came in up. You came in all gritty. You were doing your thing. You ain't got nothing but respect. Boots standing there looking at you now. He looking at you. Boots don't stand there and look at nobody. You stand there and look at Boots, he finna motherfucker tee off in your shit. But now, after my son did what he did for 3 fucking minutes, now my son stand there. Now he looking at him and Boots looking at him. Told me everything I need to know. Now, from that point on, through all 6 or 7, all the other sparring sessions, the sparring session was the ass of all of the sparring sessions. Nothing to see, nothing to watch, the most boring shit you'll watch. Because they both had respect for each other. The last round of the last sparring session, my son did it again for about 30 seconds of the last round of the last sparring session. But other than that, from that first one, from the first sparring session, the whole sparring session, Boots got the best of him. The second one, which was that Monday, my son got the best of him the first 3 minutes, and then from that time it was ass all the way through to the last sparring session. So still, you still ain't nothing to hang your head on because it was ass all the way to the last 30 seconds. They sparring sessions was ass. But what I learned from that is what I'm telling you now. Boots don't like to fight. He don't like to fight. But guess what? My son is over that. I told Bozy, hand to God, you ain't gonna never catch me in a lie. I told Bozy the first time, I told him the second time, I told him each time, look, bro, we can give y'all much better work, man. My son just got too much respect for him for some reason. I can't get him to do what he need to do. That's what I told Bozy. If he a fucking man, he'll tell the truth. I told Bozy after each sparring session. I said, man, my son better than that. Y'all see, I said, you see him in here with this guy, what do you do? One of his guys, which was Olympian, watch this. Again, I come up with what I'm saying off a different situation. One of his guys, which was an Olympian in Philadelphia, I ain't gonna say no names. If you're watching this and y'all watching, you know I ain't telling the motherfucking truth. One of his guys, which was an Olympian in Philadelphia, was in the first sparring session, the same sparring session where Boots got the best of my son the first time. Same one I'm talking about. I think that Friday. I watched Boots that first day that he got the best of my son. He had 3 opponents, each one do 4 rounds apiece. I think it was something like that. He was putting fists all in that motherfucker face, punching him all in his shit, just like you do everybody else. Didn't drop him, didn't hurt him. Same thing, even with my son, didn't drop him, didn't hurt him. My son sparred that same guy Friday, took him out the camp for the rest of the time. They couldn't come back, fucked up his eye, broke his orbital bone or some shit. 20 years old. Do you read? Ask these motherfuckers. It was a fighter that had a fight set up back then. He's a known fighter, Olympian. He's a known fighter. He's an Olympian. He had a fight set at the same time Boots had a fight set. I give you the date. It was around October, November 2021. Motherfucker couldn't even come back. Again, I remember all of that. My son, 20 years old at the time. I remember all that. Like, you know what, bro? This nigga never could hit like that. He punching niggas all in their face and they're not falling. He punching niggas in their face. They getting beat the fuck up. They definitely getting beat the fuck up, but they're not falling. And they're getting beat the fuck up because you're not doing nothing. They're allowing him to do it. You know what I'm saying? But anytime anybody give him some resistance, he don't do that. Even the athleticism, I don't think he's athletic. His athleticism lasts, if you can watch this in any fight, his athleticism lasts about 5 seconds. Any fight you want to see him moving, he do that shit for 5 fucking seconds and stop. Go watch for yourself. Roy Jones is Roy Jones. You don't compare him up with no Roy Jones. Roy Jones can be athletic at any time. He got that there, boom, come off a hook or come on. Boots ain't doing shit like that. He don't have the feet for that.
So I think this is what I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking a lot of these young fighters, I think there's a lot of pressure on them, whether it's Boots, whether it's any of these young fighters. Hell, maybe even your son by now, for a lot of the stuff that you're saying. People are going to be looking at your son
Right.
with a microscope now. They're going to be looking for every
Absolutely.
flaw. They go
Absolutely.
if he come to the ring
Absolutely.
and his shoestrings ain't tied,
I know.
it's
I
going.
know.
You get what I'm saying?
We ready
Because
for it.
you put a big target on his back.
Absolutely.
His
Absolutely.
next, they're going to be looking at his next fight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, and I got motherfuckers texting me hoping that he win. Motherfuckers telling me they praying that he lose. Motherfuckers telling me, I pray your son lose. I pray your son get cheated. I pray. I got people saying they pray. They praying on they're literally praying on my boy downfall. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't. Years ago, I would have been a little worried about it because I know his mental was he was a young kid, so I know his mental was a little fragile. But my son have been stabbed, man. My son have been through a lot, and he ain't no hood nigga. He just got stabbed by a girl. My son have been through a lot. You feel what I'm saying? He done been through a lot. He done been through the hate, even the hate what he just went through with the boot shit the last time when his deal just fell through. He been through a lot. You gotta think he just went to Santiago town. He went through a town of everybody booing us, everybody hating us. We used to that. We go to gyms all the time of everybody. When we was in Boulder gym, man, them motherfuckers, but they was always cheering against us. You know what I mean? Again, it wasn't nothing with all love. I ain't got no beef with it, but I guess they were doing what they were supposed to do. They was always cheering. Whoever was in the ring with us, they was cheering for that guy every single time. That builds character, man. That builds character. My son, we're not worried about that no more. People don't like us anyway. So we're not worried about that kind of pressure. We go where the pressure is. We go to the backyards of these people. We spar these people in the basements, behind the buildings. We spar these people at these places. We used to it. That's what I'm telling you. That's one of the things that Boots not used to. He's not used to when the people boo him. He's not used to what he getting today. He's not used to this hate that he getting today. He's never got nothing but praise. The hate that he got was from Terrence Crawford fans saying he ain't fought nobody. Other than that, they didn't have nothing to actually go on. Now you gonna have them motherfucker making clips, this nigga getting hit, turning around, spitting. You gonna have all kind of clips of shit coming out now. He finna get a little dose of what we already been dealing with. And my boy ain't but 23. No, boy, it's battle tested. We ready for it. We ready for it. I'm talking all the shit in the world because I'm ready for that.
All right, listen, man. I'm hoping like hell we get this fight, bro, because like
We
you
will.
said, your son had more. Your son had more respect, too much respect for Boots in sparring.
Yep.
What makes you think he won't have that respect when y'all fight in the ring?
Because they don't even like him. No, not like, no, he don't. He don't care. And I just told you the last 30 seconds. No, he don't care. And then after he saw then, he know he fool. He don't care. My son's been doing something different the last few days. Not days, about 2 weeks. That he's a more dominant fighter than he was that you saw in Santiago fight. I have no doubt in my mind. He done flip the switch. He flipped the switch once when he was 14. He flipped the switch with Santiago, and he just flipped another switch a couple weeks ago. I have no doubt in my mind he's gonna destroy whoever he get in the ring with.
Yeah, but you saying Boots is food,
Boots is
bro?
food. Boots is food.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.